Today we're joined by the founders of the Hardware House Kitchen, husband and wife duo Angela and Wes.
From their first date to their first disagreement, food has always been the foundation of their relationship.
Today they're sharing the story and inspiration behind their business and what it takes to execute celebrations of any size.
Welcome aboard, Angela and Wes.
Angela, so let's start from the beginning. Tell us how you came up with the idea for this business and what the inspiration was behind it.
Oh, wow. Well, our business is really founded in our love for each other. I think every conversation we had from literally meeting at Le Cave at the bar was, what's your passion? Mine's food, even though I was in fashion at the time. And so as soon as we got married, our original plan was Wes was going to leave his job when we got engaged and he was going to go back to food. And then I was going to leave my job when he got settled. But my job restructured and they sent me on my way, and I said, I'm not going back. And we decided to take the leap. And we did 10 years ago, right after we got married.
Oh.
Yep.
I think we maybe catered like 2 events the first year because you have to convince somebody.
And it was like it was like a cousin. It was
You're right.
You know,
it was my dental
Family.
hygienist, it was my uncle, it was my dental hygienist.
Family, close friends.
Yeah.
Anybody who saw that we were trying at it, and I had been food blogging at that point for 10 something years, so it wasn't like I didn't have visual proof that I could cook, but catering is such a beast, and literally we only got into it because it is the lowest barrier to entry. It doesn't require a brick and mortar. There's a lot less overhead, so it was a less scary leap. We both had other things that we were doing.
more labor, less overhead. So
Yes.
Except the labor's all us, so it's not like we were,
Yeah.
We worked ourselves to the bone, but we weren't paying anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, we had such a passion for food and hospitality, but we were both working in other industries where we felt really stifled. And getting married kind of gave us this permission to be a team and go for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Love
So that's
that.
why we went for it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Wes, when was like the actual date and timing of when it started, and what gap were you trying to fill with your catering business?
Like I said, the first one was for like a friend or a family, kind of almost, I feel like it was a
April
sympathy gift
2016.
to us,
April
you know?
2016.
Oh,
He's not going to
wow.
remember that date. He's not going to remember that
No,
date.
impressive.
no.
He's not going to
I
remember that
can't believe
date.
you remember that.
Of course.
But yeah, I think the main niche or openness in the market that we saw that wasn't being fulfilled at the time was smaller, more intimate, kind of custom gatherings. Everything at that time seemed to be big box, your dry chicken, your bland salmon, and kind of very cookie cutter. And we saw a need where you could really work with the client, come up with what's their vision, what menu do they want, how many people, and really kind of work start to finish to make their event or their party special. And there wasn't a lot of people doing that at the time.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we never even had a set menu. We literally did super hyper seasonal. Almost everything was custom. Now, we've built over the time the things we really love.
Yeah.
And so while our menu is seasonal and every event still does get its customizations and we do special dishes and we always love to create new things, that's how we find the most delicious things on our menu. We're always when clients come to us and they want us to create something unique. And so literally our deviled eggs are on the menu because
Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
somebody
I have a couple favorites.
we're so blessed that all of our clients have a couple favorites, you know? So but no, there was also, we wanted to showcase how beautiful California's food can be.
Right.
Because nobody, it's, even the people that have custom menus, the bigger people that do, your taco bar or whatever.
Yeah.
It never feels soulful.
Right.
Catering never really feels soulful.
Feels generic.
It feels very generic.
Yes.
And we say our service feels like family because it is. And that's because it is.
It's almost like boutique-y.
It's very
bespoke.
Yes.
How did you come up with the name The Hardware House Kitchen? That's a unique one.
Well, truthfully, it started after a drunken night out in our very early relationship, and Wes said,
When you were dating.
when we were dating, he lived off of 15th or what?
15th in production.
Yeah. And we would bar hop and we'd chat about our future dreams. And he said, I want to open a bar one day called the Hardware Bar. And you'd say, I get hammered at the hardware
I had an
bar.
idea. Yeah, I wanted
really
to make
funny.
T-shirts that would say, "I got hammered at the hardware bar."
That is really
or,
funny.
I got
That's
screwed
cute.
at the hardware bar. You know, I got nailed at the hardware bar.
That's
There's a lot of
cute.
good ones you can do.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's a little, I don't know about that, but like the hardware house, you know, the hardware store in the
Yeah.
old days in smaller towns is like a lot, it's like a hub, you know?
Yeah.
and a
gathering
mom and pop
place.
shop
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
And so we just, I
Miss
wanted
those.
we still don't have a brick and mortar, but our original dream was a brick and mortar.
Right.
It was, you know, we've done, the whole pandemic happened in the middle of this, so, you know, we're very blessed that we didn't have a brick and
Yes.
mortar. But the whole dream was to be the center of the community. Bless you.
Thank you.
To be the center of the community, you know,
Yeah.
and the hardware store was that, and so it morphed into the hardware house kitchen.
Cute. It's a cute story.
So Wes, question, you guys being husband and wife and partners, how do you divide the responsibilities at home and then also while you're working? How does this all work?
We have worked out a good little system. So as far as home life goes, I'm the morning guy, and
Okay.
she is the night. She handles the
Okay.
bedtime. I get up early because I like to have a little me time, and
Yes.
the only way to do that with 2 kids and a small
Yeah.
business is to get up early
Yes.
and get my time. So that's
Yeah.
what I do. So it just kind of works. I make the kids lunches. I drop the kids off at school in the morning. And then usually by 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm kind of a pumpkin, but she's getting them
Yeah.
to bed and doing all that. So we have a good
Okay.
routine there.
That's good.
And then as far as on the work side of things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's very much a creative, and I'm very much regimental.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of works naturally that I am logistics and planning and kind of operations. And she is the one coming up with menu ideas and testing flavors
Yeah.
and doing all that.
And loving
Yin
on
and yang.
clients.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the client.
Facing.
Yes.
Client facing.
In
Yeah.
my previous life, I was like customer service, sales.
Okay.
I'm very
Oh, yeah.
drawn
Yeah.
naturally
Yes.
to engaging with people, and so
So you're in front of the scenes. You're behind
Yeah,
the scenes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
you know, though, as any leadership good
Yeah.
leader would say, you have to have like ultimate support. And while I have a lot of the like front-facing roles,
Yeah.
he has to do all of the things that I dream up
Yeah.
He has to bring
right.
them-
Implement
Yes.
them.
Yes.
to
Yes.
life.
Sometimes
Yes.
I'll have to tell you, this is just
Do you
not
ever
going to
say
work.
no? I was going to
Yes,
say, you
I
ever
do.
tell her no?
Yes,
And then
yes.
what is she?
So
what do you
much.
say?
She gets upset. You're so
Well,
negative.
no.
Well, actually, this is why. This is why. This is why.
You know, sometimes you make an immediate good point and we move along.
Okay.
And sometimes I think this is an opening conversation. That's not really a no. That's a you need to be convinced and you need to understand the importance for our business or our family. And then we have maybe like 4 or 5 more no's, and then maybe we get to a yes.
Who
Yeah.
Is there more? Are there more
Yeah.
yeses or nos?
There's more yeses.
Angela?
There's more yeses.
I think we
Tell
have
us your
differing
version.
opinions on that.
she, even if there's not a yes, she usually gets her way. So
I mean, ultimately, there's usually a
Happy
yes.
wife. Yeah.
We usually,
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't have got this far if there weren't more yeses.
like,
I think.
like
but
I said, and I give that to her. That's kind of her creativeness comes in, and I kind of respect because without her, we would not be where we are today. Even though I've been cooking my whole life, if you give me a recipe, I'll follow it to
Yeah,
the T.
yeah.
I'll make it the way. But if I don't have a recipe, I don't know where to start,
Got
and
it.
that's where she can really use
That's where
her.
it shines.
Yeah,
That's
my
exactly.
favorite
exactly.
thing.
And I recognize
What's a
that,
recipe?
so,
Yeah.
So what challenges have you faced with the business?
Ooh,
Like working, I mean, even if it's working together or just in general, getting to the business, getting the business to grow and have more visibility in the community. Have there been any?
oh my gosh, there was a whole pandemic that happened that made it
Yes.
extremely
Yep.
challenging, but also
kind of helped and
helped
think,
helped some ways for us because when we first started that year, we catered for 2 people. I was doing a lot of meal delivery. He was working
Oh.
in restaurants. He opened the Nobu in Newport, but I was teaching yoga and spin, and I was doing meal delivery for the ladies at the studio. And so when the pandemic happened and we were finally like getting traction, we were starting to do more weddings, and we were like
This is when things opened up now?
right before
Yeah.
everything
Oh.
shut down.
Oh,
We were
okay,
finally, as a business, we were like 5
Oh.
years in. We were
Okay.
like we were doing
Trending in
30
the
or
right
40
direction.
events a
Good
year.
progress.
I was doing wedding cakes. I just won a big wedding cake competition,
Wow.
and then everything shut down literally a week later. And Nobu let everybody go, and we were like, what are we going to do? We're going to do meal delivery.
Right.
We know meal delivery, we're going to do meal delivery. And
Nothing
nobody
was
wanted to leave
open,
your
lots of
house.
people couldn't cook, so yes,
Nobody
there was a niche.
knew anything.
Right.
Yes.
And so they would literally want to sleep on the porch.
Yeah, I bet.
You know?
With an envelope of money, like under the mat.
Yeah.
It was so wild.
But we were so lucky because we had Sage was 7 months old, and we got to be home with her all the time. And we restructured how our business worked. And when people who had wanted to try our food, but it was too expensive to do, they don't want to cater, or they're not, they could do meal delivery and they got to eat the food. And so when they started celebrating again, we were a favorite. Yeah. So
and I live here in the community, so do you. I feel like wildfire. Like the word got out, and you guys were like, everybody all of a sudden.
When it rains, it pours. But
yes.
So the pandemic was challenging. Also working together as husband and wife. I will not lie to you.
Yeah.
I do not recommend for most people.
It's certainly not for everybody or every couple. It can make you or break you.
Sure.
But I wouldn't call it a challenge for us. I would say there was a learning curve, but there's definitely kind of just
Angela.
Okay, call it a challenge.
Some days it feels like the best thing ever, because when we're doing a wedding together and we're watching like love and people start this new life, and also planning our own wedding was the motivating factor behind we could do this. It's really magical to be with your partner. But there's also, 75-hour work weeks where he's quit on me at 2 a.m. Because I'm
not doing this anymore.
No, just because I push us. I have always swung for the fences and said yes to things that maybe we were not ready for. But I'm like, we're going to get ready for it and we're going to figure it out.
And that specific instance, we had a big event the next day, and I had made all my pizza dough.
We're going back to the quit.
I made my
I forgot what made you happy, but now I'm remembering what made
So
you
I had
happy.
to do a few batches of pizza dough, and one of the batches I realized later, I was like, wait, I think I added all the salt into one batch and not another.
Oh, no.
And I realized, yes, I did, when I came down at 2 a.m. to check, and one had risen and the other was not, and I knew I had to start, I had a meltdown. I broke. I had a meltdown.
It was like we were catering for Speedo. That was the event.
Wow.
It was a 200-person pizza party.
There's no quitting.
There was never no quitting.
There was no quitting. It was an audible quit, but it wasn't like a real quit.
I threw my temper tantrum, and then I got it back together. But I definitely said, I'm quitting, no more.
I've quit though too. Quit. We both quit.
Owning a small business, it's
empty threats a little bit,
We
chose each other, and sometimes in frustration we say we quit, but then we get up and keep cooking.
We both know it's
so I know I've experienced your services myself, and I love everything, so does Kim, but for someone who's watching who hasn't, what can they expect when they hire you to cater an event? Or can you just tell us what services you even just offer in case they're unfamiliar?
And even about the food, even the different.
Okay, we do coastal California cuisine with Italian roots. What does that mean? Wes is Italian. I feel like an Italian grandma on the inside, even though I'm not.
Nona?
No, I am Nona, even though I'm really not Nona in any way. I'm just a mutt. And we embrace those Italian roots. We do pizza, we do pasta, but we really highlight California because we are such a beautiful melting pot here of Asian, Latin flavors. We were just in Solvang, where it's a little Dutch town. It's like we're really embracing everything, and the produce and the stuff that we create here is so special that it has its own. We're not afraid to pull in those other flavors and pull them into our Italian roots. And we do everything from cooking classes, pizza parties. We do a lot. We're the shower experts, baby, bridal, engagement.
Like that's when I met you, was during
that whole era.
Celebration era.
Very celebration. Yes. We did picnics together. We did 1,000 picnics together.
We would do sometimes 6, 7.
We did dinners, but she had the picnic business, and it was when people couldn't party anywhere else but out in public, and we would do 12 picnics in a weekend all over like
Yeah.
Newport, Huntington,
Yes.
Laguna, and
I would call her, can you do another? Can you squeeze another one in?
oh my God, I had to own so many platters.
Please.
I had
everything
to.
through the sand.
Yes, we
Yeah,
became
it was a
besties
lot.
during that time.
We did.
For a
That's-
family.
Yes, so we were in that era, which was,
Yes.
you know, it was a growth era, and so many great clients came from it. But it was definitely not my favorite era because sand,
Yes, sand.
Yeah.
and
I
hikes.
was in the best shape of my life.
yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
hauling
yes.
stuff up and down that
Five
sand.
that
A lot of
were-
schlepping.
Yeah,
You have
a
so
lot
much
of
loving,
schlepping.
and
Yes.
catering's hard enough.
Yes.
And then to take it somewhere and have
Yes.
them unwrap it and the wind blow
Yes.
sand into it, you're
Yes.
like,
Wah, wah.
that was $1,000
Yeah.
worth of food.
Oh,
Goodbye,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it was led to so many great
Yes.
things, and we do a lot of dinner parties, celebration dinners. We do weddings up to 150, 200.
You said, you mentioned Speedo, so do you brand collaborations?
Oh, all the time. We love brand
Okay. Oh, yeah.
collaborations. I mean, I come from a wholesale retail background where
that's awesome.
brand management was my job.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so marketing and working with companies brings me extreme joy. I love doing the crazy things like pumpkin soup in a pumpkin just for the shot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that makes me
Happy. Gets me going.
It does. It does.
it does. And because I was a food blogger, I wrote a new recipe
I didn't know that.
4 times,
Yeah.
5 times a week. And so when I don't get to create and I'm doing the same thing over and
Yeah.
over, like picnic era,
Yes.
that's when I'm like, oh God, I
Picnic
can't.
era.
Yeah.
I can't do one more of these.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I don't smell it, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It was good at the time, but we're glad.
Yeah,
it's-
we're moving
yes,
on.
yes.
What about what are the keys to a successful event? Like the key elements, because there's more. I mean, obviously the food, your team, but are there other things that are really important to making sure it's successful?
oh, gosh, yes.
Probably the other
absolutely.
vendors that you
music,
collaborate
bar,
with.
so
Yeah.
many different
I think
things.
First of all, knowing what you're celebrating, who you're celebrating, or why, so that you can build out the right framework, knowing and being realistic about how many guests you're going to have and your budget. And then figuring out how you can make everything for as easy as possible for yourself within that budget. Just because you have to do everything yourself doesn't mean it has to be hard. You can do a lot of things in advance. You know, the internet is a beautiful place that can teach you how to do. I
Yes.
literally taught myself how to cook on the internet. So you can figure out how to plan a party.
Yeah.
I think vendors are so important. Working with people that understand you and also are the right energy. I cannot
Yes.
express enough how important the vibe is. And I
Yeah.
think what makes our company special is that number one, we protect the vibe of our own team so that our team can make your party as fun as possible, because we are here to enhance and
Right.
see where you're having trouble. So what if we weren't hired for the bar? If your bar team is struggling, and we have a down man, we're going to
Yeah.
send our team to the bar to make sure that they are
smart.
doing well.
Yeah.
You know, we are not going to let
Team
the
players.
client or other vendors go down. You
Right.
know,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ship's not going to go down
Yeah.
because of
Yes.
something else over here. We're
Because
going to
it
do
all
everything
kind
I
of-
can.
yes.
to,
It kind of comes down on everybody, right?
Of course,
At that point,
yeah.
the
Right.
experience, if one piece is
Absolutely.
not working, then it's
yeah. If you
the
have a
whole
bad
thing.
taste left in your mouth, whether it's from
Right.
Yeah.
one vendor or another,
Right.
it's just
It's everybody.
it's not specific.
Yes.
It's just a bad taste left in your mouth.
Correct.
You know. So,
Yeah, which isn't good.
no,
no, we don't want a bad taste. And to
No.
be honest,
no pun intended, by the way.
Yeah, but yes.
Yes.
Or
To-
maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah.
we love the puns. What do you
Yes.
mean? We love the puns.
Yes.
So, to be honest, even though I don't feel, most caterers, or not most, some caterers, or some vendors will say, that's not my job. Or that's like,
Yeah.
who cares what the vibe is?
Yeah.
To
Right.
me, it is our job.
Yes,
And
I
even
agree.
though that maybe you hired us for food, it is absolutely our responsibility to make sure that the energy at your party is great, and we will never be the reason that it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good philosophy,
know.
mindset, and probably what
Yeah,
differentiates
makes you guys so
from
successful.
others.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think so. It's not that we're the best cooks in the world. I do think we
But
make
you're pretty darn
delicious
good.
food,
Yes.
and we are great. But there's
Yes.
a lot of other amazing cooks that are, we make what we like, but we
Yeah.
like
Right.
a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
And
love
she has
to
a
go out.
great eye, and she's really good at making things look
Yes.
as good, if not better than
Yeah,
than
the
they
Yeah,
taste.
look at
Yes.
these beautiful
Always.
little cakes we have here.
Thank you. But
Yes.
I'm also trying not to be overly fussy. And
Sure.
I never want to, no offense to the French, but I
Yes.
just, we're not French. We reach Italian. It's a little more rustic. We don't all have to
Right.
be the same every time. We need it
Yes.
to be with love. We need it to look beautiful
Right.
and taste delicious.
We're not tweezer chefs.
We're not tweezer
Yeah.
chefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect all the tweezer chefs. I wish that I had that level. He's a Virgo. I'm not. I'm like, I don't have that level of like, they're not all going to be the same. Never, ever, ever. But
Well, you worked in sushi. I mean, you
Yeah.
were doing.
I mean,
he
I
worked in
started
fine
back,
dining too.
Yes.
I mean, he started at the
Yeah.
Chart House when the Chart
Oh,
House was
yeah.
around.
Oh.
So he was
Yeah.
That place.
it's
Back
like
in the
18-year-old
heyday.
little,
Yes.
Yeah.
line cook over here.
Yeah.
Literally, yep.
That's amazing.
Which I needed because I had no knife skills and I was taught myself and I was
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
unrefined.
The knife skills when we first met, watching her chop something,
Were you
couldn't-
just like,
I couldn't.
mortified?
I
No,
couldn't
he would
watch.
make
I was like, oh
audible
my
sounds,
God.
or
like,
he would like shield his face,
Oh,
and
no.
I was like,
She's just
You're
doing
just like-
hand fingers out,
and he's
I was
like
oh my
pure
God.
disgust.
Yes,
Yes, pure
you're gonna
disgust.
Cut your finger off. Get those fingers in.
But I
But-
bet it's about a lot better now.
So my
Much
favorite
better.
cake in all of Newport is your Lavender cake that I
Thank
love to order
you.
on my birthday. But can you tell us a little bit more about the sweet sage baking arm of your
Yeah.
absolutely.
business?
I had a friend that asked me to make her wedding cake right in my like food blogging journey. And I spent 9 months teaching myself how to bake because I was in no way a baker when I started the food situation. I wasn't even a cook. I was somebody cooking other people's recipes and trying not to burn
Yes.
it in the beginning.
Yes.
There, if you go back, you'll see a lot of burnt shit. Okay? A lot of burnt stuff on there.
That's
But
still the way I cook.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
same.
we could do a lesson.
Yes,
we could
yeah,
fix
we
it.
could.
We could fix it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I taught myself how to make cakes. If I look back, they're so cute and adorable and laughable. But I really never liked cake. I grew up as a pie girl. So when I started baking, I made sure that every cake was something unique and interesting and an adult flavor, for lack of a better word. It's
Yeah.
not overly sweet.
Mhm.
I don't use mostly extracts. I use mostly real fruit, and the carrot cake has got heirloom carrots in it. It's my grandmother's recipe. It's like
Really good
all the white cake bases.
It's my dad's favorite. Look.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, toss up. Wait, maybe
Yeah.
it's the carrot cake I like better. I don't know.
We're taking
Grandma's.
orders, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But cake was a really low barrier to entry for people. Catering
Yeah,
is very
makes sense.
expensive.
Mhm.
So when I started cooking in 2016, I thought, okay, I like making cakes cute and beautiful, and I think my cakes are really yummy. So I'm going to push this because I think it's the easiest sell
Yeah.
for the market at the moment. And so I got really good at making interesting and creative cakes. I was kind of doing that like marbling
Yeah.
Yes.
when people were doing
Yes.
fondant marble cake everywhere.
Did they call it ombre? Was that the
Ombre.
No, they did ombre. Yeah, all
Yes.
the ombre, gradients, all that stuff. But
Yes.
I kind of made it my own with like almost a watercolor
So
esque
pretty.
look, and I also used fresh flowers and
Herbs.
and all the things that really inspire me on the cakes, or I painted them on, like flowers myself.
Yeah.
It was an expression for me. It was easy to do. It was doable in our very tiny kitchen at the time.
Mhm.
And it really took off. And it was just called New Food Tuesdays, which was the name of my blog, until we kind of got bigger in
okay.
catering. And I decided, I had partnered with a friend for a while when we were doing so much catering that I could barely bake anymore and didn't really have any support. And so we launched Sweet Sage together, inspired by my daughter named
Yeah, that's
Sage.
cute.
And also because a lot of other catering companies are not going to hire the Hardware House Kitchen to do a dessert bar,
Right.
but they will
Yes.
hire a dessert company to do
Yes.
dessert.
Okay,
So
that's
I
why
didn't want
it's
to
its
limit.
own
It's its
thing.
own entity for reasons.
Gotcha. It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
No, I have showed up to some caterers
Okay.
parties and they've been like, whoa, 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 what?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Surprise,
hey, yeah. Yeah, no. But now I think most caterers now
Yeah.
know, but
I mean, it's on our cards and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not hiding it, and it's a labor of love. I still love doing it. It's not my number one thing.
I was going to ask you, like, what percentage of the
Oh my
business
gosh,
would
probably
that be?
like 10 maybe of
Yeah.
our business, but it depends. Wedding season, when we're doing a lot of wedding cakes, it becomes a bigger chunk, and there aren't that many people out there that can make 3-tier cakes. literally engineering. I had to teach myself to be a
Wow.
little engineer, and there were so many traumatic.
Oh, no.
Fails or what?
Oh my god!
One traumatic fail.
Like a delivery to a wedding?
I delivered. I did one 6-tiered cake ever. I
Wow.
will never.
6
I
tiers.
learned the lesson, and also it was the beginning of my
Wow.
journey where I charged literally so little money for the 6-tier cake that it was embarrassing. And
You did save it though, right?
Was this a no? Wes was
Yeah,
like,
was
no,
it
don't
like
do
heavy?
it.
Did
I think
you
at
let
this
it
part,
come down?
Wes was like not weighing in
Not
on
in,
cakes.
okay.
He was at no
I
go.
generally say
Yeah.
cake's not
He
my,
was at
not my
he
lane.
would say
you
no
know?
for
Yeah.
catering, but like if I was shooting for a cake fence, he was like, "Good luck, girl.
Yeah,
you do
have
you,"
fun.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I did a wedding cake in Temecula for a friend.
Well, that's far to have to carry it.
Okay. It was the layers to this are so deep. The layers to this trauma are so deep.
And
6
driving
tiers.
a cake
That's what I'm
is
thinking,
super
driving
stressful.
a
Well, no, I
Okay.
had it. I didn't
Yeah.
assemble. I assembled
Wow.
on site. It was the first
Okay.
time I ever assembled on site.
Okay.
I had to drive 2.5 hours because the traffic was terrible
Yeah.
to Temecula. It was my birthday weekend. It was
Oh,
May,
wow.
and it was 106 degrees when I
wow.
got there.
Oh, no.
So I said every tier was a different design. So I come and I set up the 6-tier cake.
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoor,
Oh,
but
thank
the
goodness.
the room when I got in was cool. It was like 70 degrees in the room, and then like 30 vendors came in and started
Oh.
setting up the room, and it got to
Oh.
like 80 in the room in like
Wow.
in like
Okay.
in like 30 minutes. In the
Really?
30 minutes of me building the cake, and so the cake is starting to do this.
Oh no.
Leaning tower.
Also,
Yes.
also the top tier is only 4 inches, and this
Oh,
girl's
wow.
given me a yard row that is like this tall
Oh,
wow.
by this wide and weighs
Wow.
straight up 7 pounds, and she wants me to put it on the top of the cake, and I'm like,
Oh,
this doesn't
no.
seem.
Not gonna happen.
This is not a good idea.
Yeah.
So it's starting to lean, and I'm like, okay, I have like 5 hours before they're coming back here. I'm gonna try to fix this. So I take the top 3 off, and I walk to the thing that they told me was a kitchen. Very loose term. Pass-through closet, basically, with 2 refrigerators. One which is fully full of alcohol for this party. There is no space.
Wow.
Second one has like, I don't know, a shelf. So I try to take the cake in, and it's so hot that it just, all 3 tiers just slide
no.
into the refrigerator.
Oh,
And the
man.
catering team watches me just smash 3 layers of the cake.
Wow.
No help.
No, they just ran. They all looked at
Right.
me and they ran and
So I would too.
yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
not our problem, but they were like, this girl just ruined
no.
that. They were. I could see the faces. I could feel the
Wow.
energy. Like I am a yoga teacher. I'm very empathic. I could feel
Yeah.
the feelings
Oh, no.
behind me. I was just like, oh god, this is awful. I had some extra frosting because I was so terrified because it was my first big install.
Yeah.
And so I put everything in the freezer, and in an hour I rebuilt the 3 tiers.
Oh, wow.
good
and
job.
they did not look exactly as they did, but they still were beautiful.
Nobody knew. the
Nobody knew.
difference.
And as I got better, as they were like coming back together, the catering team was like, "Can we help you? How are you doing? Are you doing good?" Like they started being like, "Okay, she's gonna fix it.
Yeah,
it's
She's
coming
gonna
back.
fix it. It's
She's
gonna be
getting it,
okay. It's
yeah.
gonna be okay."
Yeah.
I got it all back up. I
With the
left
Topper?
I left the topper on there, but it was my really good friend's sibling's wedding. So I went up to her and I said, "If that thing starts tipping, you take it down. And you tell the catering company the second that they can cut that cake, cut that cake.
Yeah.
Do not let it sit there for long. It is so
Yeah.
hot in this room." You know, it sounded like it all went fine. Nobody ever complained. But then if there's no service there, so I was texting her. Nobody was answering me.
Did you get pictures? Like
I have
post?
a picture. I do not have
Oh, we
any
need
of the
the picture.
professional.
Yeah.
I will send
Wants
you
to
the
forget, not
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
Did the catering team like applause or clap for you after you got it back
Yeah,
together?
cheer you
No,
on.
they went
Yeah.
about their merry way and kept
See,
cooking
this
just
is
like
why
we
you
would have,
do
you
it.
But
know?
this is why
Yes.
you are the way you are.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
jumped in to say, let's help
Yes.
save the day.
Oh, they
right?
nobody was helping me. They just were like, "Good luck, babe." But you know what? It was traumatic.
But it was a great learning.
It was so learning. It taught me, 1, my worth, 2, how ridiculous of an undertaking that was.
Charge more.
Yeah,
charge more.
Charge a lot more.
A
Yes.
lot more. And also, like, Temecula is far. You
Right.
know, I
It is
realized
far.
the
Yeah.
boundaries for cake.
Yes.
You know, catering is a little different where you
Yes.
can take cold boxes and you can take things and then you cook on site. It's like, it's a little
Yeah.
different. There's not
Cake
much to
difference.
do about the cake if you're 2,
Right.
3 hours into a melting situation. Now, I'm a lot smarter now. I got professional cake boxes and like all the, you know. Now I could do it probably and be fine.
Yeah,
but,
the
you know,
skill set.
we're never trying
You
again.
still wouldn't need
Yeah.
to.
You would
It's
have
more
to pay me
stress.
so
yeah.
much money, okay?
Yes.
So much money.
So let's get to the pizza. Let's talk
Oh,
pizza.
Yeah.
yes.
I also love the pizzas and have
Yeah.
a favorite one, the one with the sausage. Tell 'em about
Okay.
your sausage.
Tell us
You and I
about
think
that.
98% of people.
The
meat
sausage,
lovers.
tell them all about it.
And are you still doing
Yeah.
the Valentine's? Are you still doing
Oh,
that?
yeah, the
this-
heart.
Fu-
The heart
yes,
pizza.
it's actually funny you even brought that up because
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got
Talk
a phone.
about a no.
I just got a phone. Well, originally,
It's
she would
from you.
No, originally he would say no to
Well,
these
she
ideas.
wanted me to do a
yeah.
pizza party doing all heart shaped, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's just a lot of extra work. I'll
Yeah.
do the pizzas, but
It's
no.
so cute, right?
So we came up with heart-shaped
Yeah.
pepperonis, and
But
that
for
was
a-
our
Oh, compromise.
that was our compromise. I had to cut out the heart-shaped pepperonis, but that was the
For that.
For
But
those
you-
for the
but
old days.
that.
For now,
Oh, okay, yeah,
but
for
now we can do the
Now
heart
we've
shape.
evolved.
somebody else asked, and
Well, it was for a photo shoot, but so somebody
Wow.
wants to do a photo shoot with for Sur La Table, and they want to do a little
awesome.
Valentine's
That's
heart-shaped
huge.
pizzas. And that's like 3 or 4 pizzas. I can do that, but I'm not
Yeah.
wanting to make like
20.
50,
Yeah, 50
heart-shaped pizzas.
no, because when we were doing pizzagrams,
Yeah,
he would
this-
do like
yes.
50. I think we're gonna launch them
got
again
one of
this
them.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did.
We're gonna do on Valentine's Day at Bianchi.
13th.
We're gonna launch. We're gonna do pizzagrams from there. We'll be delivering them around town, so
Okay.
you can place orders or come pick up there. But we're gonna do a Valentine's Day event
Real
there.
quick.
and
How does someone get in touch with you to place an order? For
They
anyone
can
watching?
email me at angela@thehardwarehouse.kitchen.com, or you can find us on Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Just
The
want to make
Hardware
sure they
House
can
Kitchen.
get to you.
Yes, they can get to us. Follow us. The
Okay.
info is always there. We're very easy to reach. I have
Okay.
too many emails and too many phones, and you can get all of them.
Do you do? I can't remember. Do you do messages on the boxes? Or
Yes,
is
we
that
did funny
one of the-
little
Yeah.
sayings on
Yeah.
the box, like
So we
Cute.
did like
Yeah.
3 custom messages that were like cute, quirky.
Yeah.
You have a pizza, my heart. I can't remember what they were, but
Yeah.
we'll launch. We'll be launching the
Soon.
new
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
And
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
tuned.
Or
Yes.
you could do a custom message. Some people did their own
Okay.
custom messages,
Yeah.
but we write it on the inside of the box, so you get your pizza.
Aw.
And it was previously heart pepperonis, but I think we're gonna go for
The heart.
the
Yes,
hearts.
please. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
And
You're on camera
Like,
now.
Yeah,
I know,
he's
I know,
committed.
I know.
He's committed. Yeah.
And do
just
they?
proof
I
now.
can't remember. Do they come? They're cooked and then you can heat them, or how
You
does
can
it
reheat
go?
them.
Because if you're not ready
if you're not ready to
Yeah.
enjoy it, there's easy reheating instructions.
These are cooked. We have done the pizza kits where we sold the dough and all the
Oh, yes.
ingredients separately
COVID
for
days,
them
pizza
to make.
kits were very
But no,
Yes.
these are very much cooked pizzas.
Okay.
And your pizza, when you have pizzas at these events, like
Uh-huh.
is that a pretty large percentage of the business as well, or not?
I
'Cause
would
it seems
say
like you're always
40,
doing
pizza.
50,
Pizza?
depends.
Yeah.
It ebbs
I
and
see.
flows.
I see Wes everywhere.
I know,
I'm
Wes
No,
is-
yeah.
There's Wes again with the pizza.
Since we introduced the pizza to our
Yes.
catering
Right.
repertoire, if you will, it's become probably about 50% of what we do. Would you
I
say?
really like to say that I don't want to toot our own horn, but I feel like we are really part of this pizza renaissance that's going on right now. And,
Yes.
you know, we were kind of the original OG people in town. And at that point, I would say it was like 60 to 70% of our business.
Yes.
Now there's a lot of people doing it for a better price than us, which is I
Well,
totally get
I
because
didn't
we have a
know
lot
that.
going on.
We don't- Yeah,
but
we're-
it's like we don't do just pizza parties. Our product is so premium.
Do you
Yeah.
make your own sausage? I was going to ask.
I make the
She
sausage.
makes the
and the
sausage
sausage.
and the
That's right.
I make the
sauce.
sauce
The
too.
sausage is my
Yes.
favorite. I can't
Yes.
stop about the
The
sausage.
sweet
sage
sage
sausage.
sausage,
Yeah.
just like
and then,
baking.
and
you
then
know?
the hot honey.
Yes.
The hot honey
we
makes
love
So
that.
she's talking about our
Yes.
meat lovers
Yes,
pizza, which is
sorry.
our sweet sage sausage, pepperoni, and our Mike's hot honey. And
Yes. It's my favorite.
It is delicious.
I can't get enough of it.
it's amazing. And I think we were just traveling for our anniversary, and we
Yeah.
went to
Happy anniversary.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
10 years this year, and
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
our marriage is as old as our business. You know, we went
Yeah.
right in and
So
just
cute.
doubled down. So we were away and we were having a pizza, and it was really good. But we were just sitting there talking
Creamy.
about what makes
Yours.
ours special.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and our sauce to me is
Oh, yeah.
what a California sauce should be.
Yes.
It's roasted with citrus, blood oranges, and lemons,
Yeah.
I want a
and
pizza.
thyme, and it's got a little marsala, giving that nod to the Italian
good.
roots. And I just love it so much that it's hard for me to love other pizza as
Are you
much.
going to
because-
bottle
Sure.
this? And
Oh,
brand it?
I babe,
yeah.
yes,
Come
of
on,
course.
let's go.
I got a
Yes.
whole
Yes.
sauce line
Okay,
in
yes.
my mind.
Okay.
You know, I went to a
Nice.
medium and she told us that we were going to have products,
Yes.
which my dad has been like harping on us for the
Oh,
entire
you need
time.
a food
Yes.
product. You need a food
Well,
product.
that's going to be.
So we have a couple sauces that we run in our business that I would love to bottle. We do this amazing
Yeah.
pomegranate pepper sauce that is our steak
Ooh.
sauce that is really special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
West, the pizza sauce, which
Yeah.
is also our citrus marinara. If you get our pasta that has citrus
Oh,
marinara,
so you would
it's the
double
exact
Yeah.
same
That's
sauce.
cool. Yeah.
And what else? The sweet soy glaze on the poke wontons.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So we've got
That's
a
so
few that are
That's
just
good.
really
Yeah.
special.
Okay, get on that.
Well, you know,
Nona Angela's.
Nona Angela's.
Honestly, yeah.
No, I want to call it the sauce by the Hardware House Kitchen.
The sauce.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
That's fitting.
Yeah, we have a
cute.
lot. You know, the last 10 years were really about proving ourselves, and not just to everybody else, but like us. You know,
Yeah.
we made it up as we went along. Most of the work was
Really?
done by us and a few really special people that became our family along the way. Who's, you know, we say it's service that feels like family because it's us that's family, but to be honest, so many. I mean, we've had people with us for 4 years, 5 years.
You feel that when you
Yeah.
guys are doing
Yeah.
We've
your
had
thing.
clients let us know,
Yeah.
like, your
Yeah.
whole team, it
It
feels
is
so
like a
familial,
family.
you know?
Yeah.
It's true.
And I think that the hard part for us in growing now is how do we keep, as we expand in people,
Right.
that feeling of family. And so it's really, I mentioned earlier where we try to protect the vibe. It's like, that really starts at the employee level.
It's just hard. It's getting
Yeah.
hiring the right people that have the same.
And it's not just about being
And
a
it's
good
hard, I'm
chef
sure.
or being
Yeah.
a good bartender. It's about being an amazing team player and also being a good person.
Right.
And a great energy. And if you are going to ruffle the feathers, like one bad week with a bad employee
Yeah.
caused us like 8 months of ripples,
Right,
you know?
right.
And I don't have the time to interview
Right.
7 people
No.
about how it went down, you
And
know?
also, everybody's
Right.
everybody's great when they sit down and interview. Everyone's, you
course.
know,
Oh, yeah, the
great,
best
perfect,
self.
yeah.
The
but then you see-
representative is
yeah.
coming out.
Exactly.
Wait till they're on. Wait till they're doing 60 pizzas
Oh,
in
right.
90
Yeah.
minutes,
You see
and
the
then
pressure.
we gotta make,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
You
so
need to put them through like these challenge.
they do.
Yeah.
We need a
interviews.
challenge.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. It's
You really
basically-
do.
Well, we
High
usually have
stress
them come on
situation.
site and do an event, but
Yeah.
even with us, I mean, people behave one way when we're there,
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
and then crazy when we leave.
Craziness.
So we,
Yes.
you know, but we're so lucky because we have the people on our team who come right back and they're like, "You want to know what happened? We'll
Yeah.
tell you what happened." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, great, thank you. Tell me what happened."
Yeah.
Yes.
So
The dish.
the
Yes,
dish.
the
I do
dish.
love the tea.
The dish.
I do love the
We
tea.
didn't talk about cocktails
Ooh,
because
yeah.
that is
Oh,
a
yeah.
part of.
Yeah,
Your
we have a lot of
business.
bartenders. We don't have a liquor license, but if you have a private party and you need bartenders, we're absolutely able to facilitate that for you. Part of my blogging days was every Friday I would do
I
a
remember
cocktail,
this.
and then during the pandemic, Wes and I did
Live at 5.
Live at
Oh,
5.
yes.
Yes.
gotta
You
bring
can
it
go
up.
back and see baby
numerous people have
Sage.
said
I know.
that. I think we do.
You do.
Sage was so
Just
little.
another thing.
I know,
I know.
You know, we're gonna have teams. We're gonna have
Right.
someday. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a studio just like this going
Yes.
on, and we can make all the content and,
And
have
your
all the
brick
fun.
and mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once
Yes.
you have that, it's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, and we're getting a taste of that because I partnered with some friends and we took
Yeah.
over a yoga space that we use as our venue.
Yes.
So
Tell what the name of it is.
enjoy yoga in
Yeah.
Costa
Yeah.
Mesa.
It's a very cool spot.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's Wes is rocking
Yeah.
that merch.
My favorite
and
hat.
It's fun because
It almost has a Hawaii, a Balinese
it
vibe
feels
or
very
something.
Balinese,
Yes.
very like you're in a retreat somewhere
Yes.
and you're in the heart of Costa Mesa and you have no idea it's there. I didn't know it was there
Yeah.
until I came in, and I used to sit in the building and think this building is so special, and I can imagine what events there would be like. And so when the opportunity came to partner with my partners, even though we were literally trying to buy a restaurant at the time,
Yeah.
we looked at each other and we were like, we own a yoga studio now, because it's
Yeah.
not just a yoga studio, it's an event space.
Right.
We've had the last 3 menu launches that we've done there. We've redone the outside. We've made it catering friendly.
Do you have a garden?
Yeah,
Like a growing
we're
garden?
a small garden, but we're working
in
on
the works.
expanding.
That's amazing.
But when she first told me about the yoga studio, it was one of my
Was this a no?
It was a no. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's
Hard
not what
no.
that's not what we're focused on.
Yeah.
And then she took me in. I
Yeah,
walked
when
in
you
and was
see it, right? It's
Like, I
okay,
can see it.
okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool.
My note changed real
until
quick.
it was an old.
It wasn't an old yoga
Yeah.
studio. Well, okay.
before.
It was
Yeah.
previous. We did all the history. I know
Yes.
all the
Yeah,
history
I
now.
know.
It was redone in the 80s. It's not the old
Okay.
original schoolhouse. It's modeled after the
Oh.
old original schoolhouse that was there in the early 1900s, burnt down in the mid 30s in a fire. They rebuilt it once, and then when the property developers, it was like a credit union, took that. It's that in that big Spanish Plaza, right at the end of the 55 freeway.
Across from
Yes.
the triangle.
Across from Triangle and
Okay.
Catty Corner to Mothers. And it is got such good bones. They redid it in the 80s when they bought that property, but they did it in the style of the old schoolhouse. So you feel like you are in a 100-year-old schoolhouse.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it feels. But we've given it a lot of charm and love, and I have put my little tourist stamp all over that place. And I got to go back to my roots, which was making clothing. I was in retail. I was in rooms where we were creating beautiful products. And now I get to do it again, which is super fun.
It's amazing.
And we get to, by day we have yoga class, by night we party, and it's fun.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. We're renting it for not our events, which is nice. I don't need it. I love catering and I want to be at every person's event, but I'm not the right fit for everybody. A taco person's the right fit for something. A charcuterie spread is the right fit for something. We are at a point where we want to focus on what we're good at, and I don't want to do. There's a time where we said yes to everything.
Yeah.
And now we really want to shine at
what's a good fit.
What's a good fit.
What works best.
But Enjoy has given us a little bit of proof in the pudding that we can have a beautiful I think it's given us the confidence to go brick and mortar, because I think, especially after the pandemic, it was scary. The idea is very scary to have that kind of overhead and that kind of long-term commitment, because we learned to get uncomfortable and be okay uncomfortable, because for 3 or 4 years we would have full books, and then there would be a sort of shocking regression where everyone would cancel.
Kind of
it's hard to
business,
always judge it.
Yeah, so it became really, we got really comfy in the uncomfy, and I think having a physical space is that too, but this Enjoy and the experience there has given us confidence that we are so ready. And
is that a
Speaking
2026? Sorry, 2027? Is that like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or just
honestly, it's the right investment partner, and we're looking for an operational and investment partner. Gotcha. Like, I want a partner who can help us expand. I don't need throw money at me, that's fine, but I don't really want that. I want.
And also the right location. We've looked at a lot of spaces. Parking can be an issue.
So it's whenever
we're not looking to hop
into
into the first kind of bad location that's available.
You're not in a rush.
No.
When it all comes together.
I will say though, we already have some very interesting conversations coming up in January.
Good.
And I do really feel like this is probably the year where we'll figure out what the next step is.
That's my next question. So I know you have collaborations around the area, one being with Duffy Boats. Can you tell us a little bit more about those collaborations? And
number one, it's a dream. I mean, what is more beautiful than being on the Duffy? And what's special about our collaboration with Duffy is that their venues are challenging if they don't have kitchens, if you want to really party there. And we have spent the last 10 years honing our skills and cooking in literally no kitchen scenarios, being really flexible in how we cook and our different tips and tricks and tools that we use to cook on site when we don't have kitchens. It's something you can only learn with experience, and we love the Duffy space because it's so naturally beautiful and raw, and it's going to let what we do really shine, which is come together with a couple vendors, make magic every time. We have the people, and all of them are at Duffy. All of our favorite vendors are collaborating with us at Duffy, which is making our lives really beautiful, really easy. I have a little passion project. I'm trying to help save the property next to the ENC where our daughter goes to school, or our son goes to school. And so we did throw a gathering there, and it was everything I dreamt it could be. If you want to throw a party at Duffy, and it's honestly, the price they're giving for it is stupid.
Can you let our listeners, viewers know about this space in case they don't know?
Oh my gosh.
They might think it's just
let me tell you about the
about.
Duffy situation and what let me manifest, because this is what I dream it could. This is what it is, and this is what I dream it could be. Duffy's opened up their parking lot lower level space to be an event venue, and we have a beautiful vendor team that can bring that party to life. It's a space that fits up to 150 if you're doing kind of a cocktail situation, and for $250 and the price of your Duffy boat rental, you can reserve the space for 2 hours before or after your ride, which to me is like, for a venue, as a person who has a venue that I rent out, that's a steal. Steal. I'm renting my venue for $250 an hour. Okay, so this is like a great deal. You can also rent the space for $250 an hour for 4 hours if you're not getting a Duffy. And it is one of the clearest views of the harbor. It's like having a Bay Club view, but
It's
not
one
on
of
the bake list.
It's one of those things you think, how do they not do this sooner? Yes.
Yes,
Like
that's what we thought too.
Because
How did
what
you pick
was
us?
going on there?
Yes.
Just
Before.
It was parking.
Just the parking.
It was parking.
Yeah,
parking.
It was
and
parking.
the boat rentals, but I mean, there's very few venues that are literally
Yes,
on
like
the
that.
bay,
Yes,
on the
really
water.
yes.
I
on the
mean,
water.
when
Yeah.
they came to us and told us about it, number one, I was so honored because, you know, we're 10 years into our business, and I can only pray that we were around for 50 years, you know, and
Yes.
working with heritage brands is a dream for me. I love brand collaborations and partnerships, and I like knowing who I'm working with. And also, to me, it could be such a beautiful wedding venue where you do the reception for under 100, or the ceremony for under 100. You all go on a cocktail Duffy ride,
Yes.
and then you come back for the perfect ceremony,
Yeah.
reception, Duffy in the
there,
middle,
you're saying-
all
You're
there.
saying
Yes.
ceremony there. go
Yeah,
out
do
on
the
boat, and then
flip
come
for
back.
100.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
could totally,
Be
under
cute.
100, it would be the perfect,
Yeah.
That's so
to
sweet.
me, the
Yeah.
most magical Newport
Yeah.
wedding,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because
On a day like this,
yeah,
like, it does not get better.
How else
Yeah.
do you
It's
get your
iconic.
whole
Yeah,
wedding
it
on a
really
boat?
is.
Yes.
You know,
And Duffy
Agreed.
is iconic, you know.
Yes.
Growing up in Newport, Duffy
Yes.
is an
Yes.
institution on the
Yes.
bay.
it's not just
Yes.
Newport. We go up to Morro Bay. We go
Yes.
up to the, you know, we go up north, and people are in their Duffys. Okay,
Yes.
they're in
Yes.
their Duffys.
Yes.
Duffy is synonymous with cruising the harbor.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Party on the water.
Exactly.
People call it a Duffy even if they're in
Yeah.
somebody else's boat. They don't
Yeah.
even know.
If it's
They don't
not-
even
yeah.
know. They call it a Duffy because they think they're all
Yes.
just Duffys, you
Yes.
know? And
Yes.
that's why this is special, I think.
Love that.
Yes.
But, and I'm going to let you ask the last
Okay.
question.
My favorite question is always, if you had
we didn't talk about it.
if you have or if you do have a Duffy boat, its name. Because I
Oh.
think the names are so fun and creative around here. You guys are
We
so
did talk about this.
creative.
We didn't come up with anything.
Yeah. What would
let's
the
see
name
here.
be?
It's got. I mean, give me a minute. Do you have anything? Something food? And
I don't know. You know me. I'm
electrical?
always naming things after our kids. It would probably be like Sage and Teo. Sage and
Yeah.
Teo's. Although
Yeah.
Sage has so many things named after her, I feel like we need to like name something after
Yeah.
Mateo.
Yeah.
I would want to work in some kind of
heart.
electric pun
Yes,
somehow.
that's it.
Though.
They all
That's
have, like, a
you gotta
fun,
have
like-
that. Yeah.
There's like Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna need to work on it. You know,
Yes.
we'll call it the
Yep.
hardware house
Yes.
for now.
Yeah, for now.
Or Nona's.
Nonas.
Yes.
Nonas. Nonas.
Little Nonas. Little
Nonas.
Nonas. Little Nonas.
Yes. We'll think on that.
Yes,
We will.
yes,
We will.
yes.
I'll, you
We'll
know
get
what?
back to
Next
Get
it.
back
time,
to us.
next time we
Next
do this,
time.
I'll have
Yes.
better.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have a
Yes.
name for it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all the questions we have. There's
Yes.
so we learned more than we even knew already.
This
And
was
I
so
know.
Well,
So
exciting to
much
have
fun.
you
So much
both
fun.
on. Thank you.
Well, thanks for
Thank you.
having us.
Yes.
It's an
And-
honor and a pleasure.
To celebrate
Yeah.
February Love
Yes.
Month. Who better than this lovely couple?
yes,
Yes.
honestly, we are a testament of labor of love, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's true.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So true.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having
Thank
us.
you. Yeah, this was
you.
great.
Awesome.
3, 2, action.
Angela and Wes, thank you so much for cruising with us today and for sharing your incredible story.
And to everyone watching, we hope you enjoyed getting to know the Harbor House Kitchen. Be sure to stay tuned for more conversation with locals. See you on the harbor again soon.